Hello everyone, welcome back. In this tutorial, we are going to discuss on slash proc. So we'll move in slash proc and we'll do ls here. So we are going to talk about slash proc directory and we call as a slash proc file system. Slash proc is very special because it's a virtual file system because it does not contain any real files. What it means? This means whatever the data or files we are seeing here inside slash proc that will going to be flushed out once the system rebooted and it will again recreate it. This all directory and information is dynamic. It's changing as per the process react. If there is a new process spawn, new directory we can see here. If the process is terminated, we'll see the directory will automatically moved out. All right. What are the information it contain? It contain all the system information like memory, devices mounted, hardware configuration, file system, process, everything it's contained. How I will check that we are going to cover now. A lot of command directly using slash proc to get the detail and present that detail to the users. All the information, this all information what we are seeing in slash proc is controlled and used for multi operation for the kernel. So when kernel need any information, it is a centrally repository. Anytime kernel can pick any information. All right. And as we discussed, most of the command directly use this information and display that information to the users. Like for example, if we run the command lsmod, which will going to list all modules inside our systems. So here lsmod, it's showing us all modules, right? But this detail is coming from the file called as module. If we read the file module, okay, this one. Let's say example here, if we do lsmod, we are getting a lot of information, right? So let's copy this. I copied the pata underscore ACPI and we'll do cat. Let's find this string. We'll say grep, and so here we can see that same information we are here getting here. This pata APCI 13038, and here also it's showing same. So all the information for the module lsmod command is coming from the file called as module. Let's say example, there is a other command like lspci is going to list all the PCIs, right? And this information is coming the file called as PCI. PCI, it's not showing, so let's try to find that file. Find, and we want to find into the slash proc by the name called as PCI. So it's under bus, right? So what the command is, find what is a source directory. So we want to find inside this directory. So that's the reason here we have given the slash, right? So go inside this and try to find out the name called as PCI. So hyphen name PCI. So it found the file inside this path. So we'll just do the cat, and it says it's a directory. So we'll say devices. So here we get the devices, right? And there is another file called as 00, and inside there are a lot of files. So it's giving all the PCI information. So all the informations, very very important information we are getting from the proc. Let's check other few examples. Like for example, we'll check the service SSHD. So PXAUX, PSAUX, and we'll just grep SSHD. And here we can see that SSHD is running, right? Now we need the process ID of SSHD. So these are the sessions are running for the SSHD, but this is a server daemon, that is 882. And if we here to the CD of 882, right, see the directory is present with the name 882, right? So we went into that directory 882, right? Now here if we do ls, so this all 882 means is the process ID. So what it means, when we run the command psaux, it's display the PID of our process SSHD, and we went into the process detail directory, that is S82. So who created this 82? It will automatically get created and automatically get deleted when you stop the process. So this is very very dynamic, and it's not storing anywhere. It's just an actual process detail. Once the process terminated, this whole detail going to flush automatically. It's not replicating the information from one file to other file and presenting it. It's not like that. It's a completely virtual files, right? Now what are the information we can see here? We can see all the information to our processes. So cmd is a command line argument. If we do ll here, so a lot of things is here. So we'll scroll up. cmd is command line, right? Cw is current working directory. So here we can see that cwd, and it's showing the current working directory, right? Now let's example, you want to check how much memory this process is held or used, right? So here we have the file called as memm, right? So we cannot read that, but that directory held memory held by this process. This one. Stat will show the process status. So if we see here stat st80, it's showing us the process status. Another one is status. So if we give here, so it's showing the process status. We have to bit scroll up, and somewhere here we can see here, right? Red ID, SSHD, UMask, process is sleeping, right? All the information we can see. So there is a lot of informations in that process ID. Let's say example, we need to check some detail about memory, right? So we have to come out from this, and here if we do cat meminfo, so this is complete memory information, right? So most of the time your free command, your top command showing us the detail about memory. So this is exclusive, all the information regarding the memory is here in meminfo. right? So here we getting the total memory, free memory, available buffer, cache, swap, active pages, inactive pages, dirty pages, swap pages, everything. Like for example, if we do CPU info, it's get all detail about the CPU. All right. Let's say example, you want to check some network detail, right? So we have the file called as net. Inside net directory, it's not file, it's directory, and in nets there is a lot of files. Let's say example, if we run cat dev underscore stat, so dev stat seems not present. So what we'll do, we'll find out. So how we'll find out, we'll come here and we'll say control R, and we'll say find command, find. So control R help us to search the previous command, and just here we'll mention dev underscore, and our file is stat. That's it. So it's not available. Maybe this version to version differ. And let's say example, we have the dev file. All right. See, for all the processes there is a dev file which contain all the network information. Okay. So if we want to change some value, we can't change. Only there is a one directory in proc which allow us to change the value. So all the values which are seeing here, we cannot, user cannot update it. But still there is a source information not available for this because it's presented and we cannot change it. But we can change some parameter of sys. Like for example, if we go in sys, here some few parameters we can change, right, without recompiling the kernel or even rebooting it. So it's allow us to change the parameter, but not the source of the file or source of the code. We can't do that. So what it means when we say about changing the parameter, so in sys there is a lot of files are there. Like for example, if we go in kernel and do here less, so these are the kernel variables. So these kernel variables we can change. Like for example, if we run thread max, so some value would be there, right? So this value we can echo, right? For example, you want to change it. Just I'm showing how to change, but exactly we are not going through all the kernel parameter as of now. So we'll say echo, and after that here file name. So it will just replace this value and just enter this our new value. So in this way, this is a one way to change the kernel parameter through the sys directory. Right, we'll come out from the sys directory and we'll go in under sys. We'll go in fs. So here we'll have all the detail about file system. Okay. Let's move on. Other some important directory to check the detail about system status. So if we have the any information needed to check the uptime, so same we can run the command cd slash proc uptime. This is one way. If you want to check the version of the proc, so still we can do that. Proc version, it will say the version 3.10, right? So there are the very long files and directories available inside, and there is a lot of information inside the proc that is referred by the kernel and also by the commands, right? So this is an overview of the proc, but in our complete course, definitely we will be using the proc for other purpose as well. Thank you so much for watching the video.